Well, good evening and welcome to the 5.5 Legs Virtual Cigar Lounge here at Coast Cigar Company, 2420 Government Street, just for a little while longer. I'm here with my guest host, Bones, Mort, and myself, Maverick, welcoming you to the show.
Miguel, what's going on?
Miguel, how you doing, Miguel?
Just to let people know, Miguel and Frankie do the Bakersfield boys, Bakersfield gentlemen in Bakersfield, California.
Yeah. Wow.
Their shop was broken into a couple of days ago. They stole all the equipment and everything, so they're trying to raise money, so they're holding raffles. They got a raffle for, was that 50 cigars, Miguel, for $10 a ticket?
Oh, wow.
And trying to raise money. And
wow, that's sad. Yeah, sorry to hear that, Miguel.
Best to you.
I hope they get the bums that took your stuff.
It's California. It's probably them same guys that got the trains, man.
Yeah.
Could be.
Folks, we got two special guests coming on today. They're going to explain exactly what they're doing. If you haven't already bought a buddy pack from these two, one is a sponsor of the show. The other one doesn't like us as much as the other one, but that's okay.
Which one doesn't like us?
This one right here in the green.
Oh, goodness.
And here we go, man.
Yeah, that other one, he's kind of shady. He's a shady.
Oh, we got to fix this.
Oh, how you doing?
Kevin, how you doing?
That's good. No, yeah, that was cool. Leave us down in the corner.
Real small.
Yeah.
Nobody puts baby in the corner.
Don't put baby in the corner.
Don't put baby in the corner.
Nobody puts baby in the corner.
Kev, haven't seen you in a long time.
Yeah, what's going on, everybody?
You guys doing all right?
Doing good.
We'd have Mav in the Cigar Prop shirt, but Cigar Prop don't have shirts yet.
Well, I mean, Cigar Prop does. I mean, I Tap that has them, and then Trash Panda has them, and that's cool. That's cool still.
Well, I mean,
are you selling
everybody's
those?
got them but us.
Are you selling? I didn't know you were selling the Trash Panda shirts.
Apparently, you've never been to the website.
I go there all the time.
You go there all the time for what?
Zinger.
What? You look around.
To look at this. I'm trying to get shit set up in here so we can sell stuff here and sell stuff at events. But
we're working it. We're working it.
So right off the bat,
you're doing something.
Tell us why you guys came, or how you came up with this, and how the Silent Green started.
Yeah, you're just gonna dive right into it.
Dive right into it, man.
There's no like whining and dining.
Bones, you say that I don't like you guys. That there's no introduction. There's no proper.
How are you doing tonight? What are you guys smoking?
You know, Kevin.
Drinking?
Kevin
didn't even ask Kara a question. Yeah, I know. Just dive into the fucking deep end.
We'll start all over. Hold on a second. Let me take you out.
Get them out.
Let me take you out. Let me take you out. You're out. Okay.
Put that
guys,
fucking timer back on and start. Okay, I'll tell you what we're gonna do. Put the timer back on. Karen and I will start the show. No.
We are far from professional. And yes, Jennifer, you're correct. Kevin is slacking.
Oh my God!
Wow.
So first of all, I want to say, because you guys had mentioned Frankie and Miguel, please, anybody that can donate as a content creator, as someone that would be devastated if I lost my cameras and everything else, please help when you can. Yeah. Reach out. I reached out to Frankie or Miguel last night. I sent him some cash on Cash App, to help fund that. So if you don't want the cigars, please reach out to him. And at least make a small donation. So I'm sure he'll appreciate it.
It's not right, man.
Yeah.
That's like when a band gets a whole trailer stolen.
Oh yeah, that's happened a time or two.
But folks, we met Kevin at the first bar smoker we ever went to in Louisiana in 2008, 2019.
20,000 years ago.
2019.
Seems like forever.
Which they finally came back and advertised are having 4 to 5 again this year, but they're not having the one in Louisiana.
No.
For whatever reason.
Closest one to us is Texas.
Oh, that's the one in Dallas.
Yes.
That's only 6 hours.
Yeah.
I might go to that one. That one's closer. Then we met.
6 hours ain't bad.
It's more expensive.
Is that the 450 one?
That's the feed you like a pig feast. Yes.
Oh, okay. And Kurt, we just met at the last shop we were at doing the show, and we've been talking to these guys ever since.
Yeah,
they've helped us.
I've known you longer than you've known Kevin, and you give me that. You give Kevin this whole big food, and he's
on top.
Kevin's always on top.
I'll top. Care owns a goddamn cigar company. This is a cigar show.
I've known you guys since back before this. I mean,
yes, you have.
All the way
selling,
back to your
selling
original
the cigar.
Show. Your original show.
And Care, you actually saw my humidor stocked with your stuff.
Exactly. So that's why I was fully expecting.
So big props to.
But
I mean, they're even wearing your shirt, and you
Yeah.
still get second billing.
Look at it.
Kevin, when you're this good, you really don't need to have that much of an intro. You know. I can't even say that with a straight face. It sounds too fucking ridiculous.
I sent him a picture of my humidor where I got all of my Stogie Roads out. I've got the very first. I got about 4 of the very first V35s when they came out.
I'm about out of those.
No, the very first ones.
Yeah,
you know, with the long name.
Just about out of those.
Yep.
Good stuff.
Long time.
Yeah, you've been doing it a minute or two, and they fantastic barber poles.
Thank you,
folks. If you haven't had a Stogie Roads barber pole, stripper pole.
That's what you say. That's how we call it down south. And them Barbie poles.
It's a Barbie pole.
Well, and
you're missing out on something, folks. If you haven't had one, the Candela is amazing.
And what's even better is the new Robusto size Candela, and Big Tony is fantastic in the Robusto size.
Well, first of all,
it really is.
I want to give a shout out to my dad. The Big Tony's his birthday today.
Absolutely.
The Big 81. Big Tony, happy birthday!
His shirt on.
How old is he?
81.
80. Wow, he looks great.
I put his shirt on, and happy birthday to him. His shirt.
Thank you. Secondly, all the great barber pole stuff, but we're here to talk about something completely.
Yes, we are.
different.
Absolutely.
From the mind of Kevin Shahan.
Oh goodness.
So
from
Go
the
ahead,
roots
Kevin.
of the tobacco leaves of the tobacco plants came an idea.
Kevin likes Candela like I like Candela. I love Candela.
Mm-hmm. So Kevin, how did you come up with this ridiculously awesome idea? I mean, it's crazy. And then how did you come about connecting with Carol?
No, he's live.
Yeah.
He's thinking.
I'm just waiting for you guys to shut up and Carol. Just
put him back down.
That's why I like doing shows with friends. That's why. That's what makes this all the great. You know, it's for me, it was a no-brainer. You know, Care and I mean, I've been smoking Candela for years. Care is a lover of Candela as well. But I don't know. I mean, at one point, I'm like, why can't it go on the inside? You know, so reached out to a couple manufacturers, and pretty much everybody said it was dumb. They said it wouldn't burn, it wouldn't draw right, it would, not this, it wouldn't hold an ash.
How dare you bastardize the cigar industry by putting Candela in the filler?
And I've told that story. Like I said, we had one manufacturer that pretty much said it would be blasphemy. Like he would not degrade himself to put Candela on the inside of a cigar, because that's not how it's done. That's not the traditional way of making a cigar, and it shouldn't be done. You should always honor the traditions, which was absolute full of crap. That's why his company's failing. That's why he's failing as a person. Everybody hates him.
Wow.
Yeah, just tell
us how you feel.
And that ends the entire show, folks. We are now cut off.
Deep breath, Kevin. Deep breath.
So it's been a long day, guys. It's been it's been a hell of a day. So after getting a couple of no's for some manufacturers, and not really asking them, can you make this cigar for me? It's just sitting down with a couple manufacturers privately, just talking about whatever, family, talking about friends, and then just talking a little bit about cigars. And I kind of brought it up, and they both kind of dismissed the idea. So I'm like, all right, so it's definitely not for them. And smoking a Mr. Candela from Sinistro one day, and I'm like, James. I had James on the show. James likes Candela. He makes good Candela. So I reached out to him, and he said it's dumb. But he goes, I'm willing to give it a shot. So
if you're paying for it, I'll do it, huh?
Yeah, no, actually, I never paid him for the samples. I never paid him for all the work. It was just I think it was a cool enough project. It had never been done before, that he really wanted to tackle the project. I met up with him a couple of months later, and he brought me 3 bundles of samples. And he actually said, he goes, you know what? These are pretty fucking good, man. And he liked them. So he was digging on them. And as soon as I smoked them, I fell in love with them. And I knew instantly I wanted to get Care on board. So I reached out to him, and Care can take it from there.
It's beautifully said, Kevin.
The Godfather.
What's that?
The Godfather.
Yeah, I mean, Kev contacted me and he goes, I got this great idea. I want to know if you want it in. I want to make a cigar with Candela in the filler. I was like, okay, I'm in. So, apparently, I didn't have the whole, it's stupid or, bastardizing the cigars. And Kevin and I got to talking about it. And just like you guys, I've known Kevin a long time. And I know Kevin's just not going to kind of, chase a squirrel into the forest, that this was something very serious and he put a lot of thought behind.
Well,
and,
he would chase a squirrel.
Well, yeah. With a purpose, though.
Yeah.
When he came to me with the idea, I was like, yeah, sure. And he sent me some samples. I smoked some. We talked about the blends, got some tweaking. Then when it came down to the nuts and bolts of it, it was like, okay, here's what we're gonna do. And I gotta tell you, I've worked with, I'm working with the current factory now, the Tabacalera Nueva Nica, and they're fantastic. James is fantastic, man. One of the nicest, easygoing guys that you want to meet. He was just flexible. And Kevin and I and James sat down, kind of kicking around ideas about the name and the colors and doing all this stuff. And I think we kind of came up with everything in like a 30-minute call.
Oh yeah. Yeah. We were all done. We had it all, the whole game plan already out.
It was all kicked out. And I think I even kind of did this whole, what is the secret of silent green, while we were talking, and kind of shared the screen. And if you look, there's our little Sinistro S hidden in the silent green.
Oh yeah.
So, and that's really where we came up with it. And, the rest is history. James was very, very communicative and open. And at the end of 2021, when we thought we were going to launch it, he said, hey, let's let these things age a little bit. I know Kevin could get the details about how often they were being tested and making sure that the aging process was taking place, which is very thorough. So we're like, yeah, sure, we'll do it. And then I realized, I'm like, the play on silent green is from the movie Soylent Green.
Soylent Green.
From the 70s, 1975-ish, Charlton Heston. And it's kind of weird because if you watch the movie, there's a lot of parallels on what's going on today. But the setting in that movie is the year 2022. So we're like, the delay of the cigars just happened to play into the fact that we're going to launch it in 2022, which was even
pretty
better.
Cool.
Yeah.
It was cool. Like I said, and James, he was not going to rush these cigars, and he wasn't the only one testing these cigars. He had Ram over at El Artista, trying out the samples as they were going along as well. Helping James. Like, hey, what do you think about? Is it? You think it's ready? I don't think it's ready. Ram's like, I don't think it's ready at all. Yet. So he just didn't rely on himself. He relied on his mentor and others in the industry, because he wanted to make a good cigar. Because as you guys know, like on a weird cigar like this, you only get one shot. You get one shot to make a first impression. If the cigar tunneled or it didn't burn well or the ash wasn't, if we proved all those people right, like we'd be a laughing stock. And then we'd never get another chance to fix it. Like we couldn't come back, tweak it, and then have people try it again because you already lost it.
Let's try it this time. This time we got it right. We promise.
Yeah. Everybody buy it again. We think we got it right. That wasn't happening. We only got one shot.
So what made you decide to do, and I hate to use an analogy with another brand, but Southern Draw's doing the same thing with their release as well.
We had it first. So I mean, and to be honest with you, I don't know. And I'll be Karen and I will be talking to Robert tomorrow night on Zoom.
Okay.
I don't know how long that's been in the works.
But that's not the first time it's been done, though.
Yeah,
I think
it's crazy.
Roundheads did it. I mean, and I honestly didn't even know, Southern Draw was doing it when we came up with the idea. It was like,
oh yeah. We'd come up with this idea 9 months ago, 6 months ago.
Yeah.
So yes, so we always knew. But imagine with Robert Holt, he's probably he just didn't invent it and it's out on the market in 2 weeks. He's probably been thinking about it for 6 months or more as well. We just happened to beat him to the punch. He announced his first, but ours were kind of to the market. So
yeah, you're both actually out there at the same time too.
Yeah. So it's just different. It's one of those things. It's just a coincidence.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've talked to Robert in the past. He's never mentioned that to me. Obviously, I've never mentioned what we're doing to anybody else. But he got his press release out first, and I gave him a call and let him know what we were doing. I'm like, hey, this has been in the works for a while because I didn't want him to feel any kind of way, either.
I think it's a phenomenal idea, actually. If you stop and think about it, it gives your potential or your future customers kind of skin in the game.
Yeah. I mean, like to Kevin's point, we've been talking about this for a while and wanted to, we had multiple blends and, do we release all of them? But, full production, and we didn't know. We were like, well, you know what? When it comes to Candela and it comes to filler, let's let everybody decide.
Good idea.
And I mean, the QR code, I think I have QR codes on the Stogie Road salts and that now for over a year. So it was, we'll just do a QR code. We'll do a survey and let the people decide on the cigar to come out. And as Kevin said, it's not anything new. I mean, the cigar is, but that process of having people vote isn't anything new. It's just if you have people who just kind of kick around the same idea behind closed doors, and everything you do nowadays, especially I think in any industry, but in the cigar industry, if you come up with something new, you really kind of keep it hush hush, because you wait until the last minute to release it. And if you just happen to release something and there's some coincidences at the end of the day, then maybe you both are smart companies and think along the same line. So, and
I tend to believe that is what happened between the two brands. I think you had a great idea. I think he had a great idea. I think you're both going to do well getting your customer or potential customers even to try your cigars out. And
that's definitely what happened.
At the beginning, I remember when this came out and it wasn't even named. That's a great thing to have.
Yeah, it definitely happened because, like Kevin said, we were talking over a year ago about this. I've never spoken to Robert. I think tomorrow night will be the first time I get a chance to actually physically, to meet him. And I know Kevin has spoken to him, and Kevin can be tight-lipped at times.
He's an awesome guy.
And if he's
fantastic guy.
And he's never shared it with Kevin because Kevin would have said, "Hey, you'll never guess what." Yeah. So it's when you just have three guys involved in a situation, it just happened to be parallel. I mean that does happen.
Well, that just shows that people are like-minded in this industry. That they have the same thing kind of in the future sight. Let's do something that people can vote on instead of just releasing something and then realizing, like you were talking about earlier, oh, this is crap. We really shouldn't have put this out there. Now, how are we going to get rid of these 10,000 boxes of cigars?
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. And luckily enough, I mean, I can't pick one, two, or three. I mean, it's too hard for me. They're all such fantastic cigars. It's going to be so tough for anybody to decide.
Yeah.
Like I said,
what were you thinking when you named them 1, 2, 3? How people were going to smoke them? I smoked 1, I smoked 2, then I smoked 3, and then I went through them again. I see some smoking both 1s first, then both 2s, and then both 3s.
I think it's to their preference, Bones. I mean, honestly, it's just we weren't going to name them. It's kind of like we don't want to name them, because then when you name it, then you got to keep it, right?
Yeah. If you name it, you can't eat it.
Right. You can't. Yeah. So we just were like 1, 2, and 3. I mean, I've tried every variations with smoking them. I smoked 1, 2, 3, and then you mix it up a little bit. I think it just boils down to the person. If you're buying it with a buddy, you guys are going to split it. If you're smoking them yourself and you got 6 cigars, you're going to smoke them, any way that you want to. I always encourage folks, smoke one in the morning, afternoon, evening, if you're going to try and do it in one day, and you let your palate kind of settle down between the cigars. Bless you. But there really is, there is no wrong way to smoke a silent green.
See, I didn't even put the buddy thing together because I thought, all right, I want to smoke one, and then I want to smoke it again to compare it to the first time to see if I got the same, everything burned, all that.
It's a buddy pack.
And like I told these guys, as I smoked one, I told them what I thought of it. I'm a number 2 guy. I liked number 1 was spicy to me, tasty, burned well. The ash was perfect. But 2 was, out of the 3 of them, just had flavor and smooth. To me, it's more creamy than 1 and 3. I voted number 2, but now
it's supposed to be anonymous, Bones.
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to win anything.
Yeah, you may.
You always win stuff.
No, they're not giving anything away, but they're going to tell about their packaging and what is going to happen, right? Or did I misunderstand the whole packaging with the hologram? Explain the hologram and all that stuff.
Oh, well, but before we get into that, I have to ask a question.
Oh, shit. Put me on the spot. It was a bit of a bad day. I had a worse day than he did.
I'm not going to ask you.
I had a great day.
I'm going to ask a question from right to left. Kevin, what are you smoking?
I am smoking the Soylent Green number 2.
Fully great. Silent Green. Bones, what are you smoking?
Soylent Green number 2.
It's Silent Green, not Soylent. Come on.
That's Silent Green. Yeah, same thing.
There's things out there that Charlton Heston could get upset about. Go ahead.
Yeah. Get us in trouble. Get us sued.
I got a number 1 because I kind of wrecked my palate this weekend and smoked the entire pack of Southern Draw. They're little sins. So all 4 of them I smoked this weekend, and I was wrecked.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to bust these open and have all of that going on.
Right. Mav.
I am smoking a Perdomo. Lot 23 Gordo.
That's his go-to.
That's his go-to. I'm smoking a Silent Green number 1. Hard to see with the green screen, and that's
is. Yes.
Silent Green number 1. I really can't, like Kevin said, it's tough. They're all good.
Well, they were all great. I loved every single one of them, but I had to pick one.
Yeah.
And I've just been blown away with the construction, the ash.
Yes.
I mean, I haven't had a cigar. I mean, the ash is flawless. Construction is flawless. I mean, the burn line, absolutely perfect.
This is the first one I got to a point like that. The rest just burned regular, but this is the first.
That cone's nice, that definitely shows.
If you're Boston Jimmy and it doesn't burn as a cone, he knocks a point off. If it burns straight.
That and flaky ash, apparently.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
He didn't care for a flaky ash.
Flaky ash. Yeah, it kind of happens with barber poles, but
I will say one thing about number 1 so far, besides the construction, which was near perfect, because it is a beautiful cigar just right out of the wrapper. This is a fine cigar.
Yeah,
it really is. It's not just a good cigar that has candela on the inside. That is a great cigar. Just a great cigar in general.
Yeah.
Yes.
You guys would not be wrong by any means when you get this contest over and come out, whichever one you come out with, and it's going to be named Silent Green, or you got a different name for it?
No, we don't know yet.
Yeah, we don't know. Yeah.
But even no matter what you come up with for the one that wins, I would definitely save those other 2 and bring them out some other time down the road.
Oh yeah. I think we've said that before, that there's a chance down the road, if whatever one that wins, it takes off. People are digging on it, and then 6 months, 9 months, a year, whatever, 2 years later, bring out that second one, or even the third one, and bring them out and see how they do.
Now, let me ask you guys. You guys are smoking it. Have you picked up on any of the Candela?
I do on number 2 more than the other than 1 and 3, but
not what I would have expected to have it on the inside. I'm not picking up all that you'd expect grass, and I'm not really getting that. I'm getting a really good retro, but I'm not really getting a lot of grass. A lot of hay. I'm not getting it.
Yeah, I don't personally get a lot of the Candela. There's a unique flavor there that I can't put my finger on.
Yeah.
Like it's just something, and it's just like, and as many as I smoked, I can't tell you what it is. It's just something that's different. And it's obviously the way the Candela is reacting, burning, kind of mixing with the other tobaccos, and just giving you this unique taste.
Daryl Iverson said it best. He said the Candela is in the background to let you know it's there, but it's not prominent. It actually gives you that little unique flavor to the cigar that really kind of pulls it all together.
Yeah, it's kind of like a good, solid backup singer.
There was
somebody
a little bit earlier that said, when I explained these to him, said he didn't care for Candela because of that. The grassy taste, the overwhelming dirt or whatever. But this, I think, will appeal to people that want to try Candela because you got a faint taste of it.
But but Bones, you bring up a good point, Bones. You know what? It's the part about Candela that people, Kevin hit this the other night. I think the thing about Candela that hits everybody is they've heard Candela doesn't taste good. I've heard. And the green, I think, kind of, you're walking, you see a green cigar, it just doesn't look like, it gives that appearance that it's not fermented, it's not ready, it's green. Right. And when I have 500 facings that are brown and I have 3 facings that are green, there's something wrong with the cigar. The other thing is that the grassiness that you do get from Candela and some of the sweetness that you can get from it, you get that from other tobaccos, and everyone's fine with it. The part that goes south, where Candela really had an issue with years ago, is the improperly fermenting it. You get a really bitter flavor from it. I've had some cheaper Candelas that bitterness it's horrible. It's right off the bat.
One of the first Candelas I ever smoked was one that Kevin gave me at the Barn Smoker, the Cuba Candela. And I thought that was fantastic.
I love that. That's still, that's still a fantastic cigar because it's, it's that sweet and it's that sour. They just go perfectly well together.
I read an article one time, and I might have read it or misunderstood it, but because I wasn't around when the cigar industry started, but
well, I would say you have been, Bones. What are you?
Wow. Wow, you old.
I'm going to sick my niece on you. She's going to take you out later.
I mean, they stopped. I mean, really, they stopped making Candelas big time, like 1969. You weren't around before 69.
Weren't the majority of cigars Candela wrapped?
Yeah, up until 68, 69. The
pretty
embargo.
Common.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I was born in 61.
So you were around.
You're around.
Yeah.
He was probably stealing a cigar here and there, or chewing tobacco or something. But So, Kara, I'm going to go back to what you said about.
I don't think Bones was finished. He was saying something before I started making fun of him.
No, I didn't have a comeback. I was thinking of something. I didn't have anything to come back with.
So I'm going to go back to what Kara was saying about Candelas and the bad rep that they get. It's like Scotch. A lot of people
Scotch sucks.
Won't drink Scotch because it's got a peaty taste. Tastes like peat moss. But if you get a good Scotch,
it doesn't.
You don't get that taste.
Mm-hmm.
You
So
still get
what
that
you said,
that burning on your tongue and mouth and
Right?
throat.
oh no, a good Scotch is phenomenal.
Yeah.
I'll stick with my rum, Kevin.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
But again, a good Candela is phenomenal.
You know,
A bad one is horrible.
yeah, so it's like Candela and Scotch, and even some whiskeys, I and especially on Candela, I refer to it like the opera. So when I was I've loved opera since I was a little kid. Opera.
Have you ever been a fan of the opera?
So what's that? No, I have not. So you either love it or you hate it. If you love it, you'll love it for life. If you hate it, you can learn to appreciate it, but you'll never learn to love it. So that goes with Candela, and I'm sure Scotch is the same way. You either love it, if you don't love it, you can probably learn to appreciate a good Scotch for what it is and the history, but you'll probably never love it, truly love it.
No, that shit's nasty.
And you can tell good. You can tell good properly. Fermented Candela as well, especially when you see the wrapper, because we were talking the other day also about Candelas in the humidor, and if they let a lot of sunlight in the humidor, if they have improper lighting, that Candela fades.
Oh,
right. But the Candela that is the heat makes it green. So if you see a good green, beautifully vibrant Candela, that's been properly processed in a high heat, and has been kept kind of in an enclosed dark area, and that's why you get more vibrant. And what happened, as Kevin pointed out, was from the 50s all the way through the 60s. Candela was king. What they called America, Kevin?
It was the American Market Selection, the AMS.
And then they lost the art of actually properly fermenting that Candela.
was it because they were producing too many and they just couldn't keep up with demand, or?
No, it was when they switched over to brown tobacco, brown cigars. It was almost like, we were making green cigars on Sunday. On Monday, we stopped making green cigars and we only make brown cigars. And then after a while, I think just the guys died off. That they forgot. If you don't do something for a couple of years, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 years, 2 decades go away, and then now you're listening, or you got some of these guys that are like, I remember I was in the factory. I think we used to do it this way.
Yeah.
Or, but there was probably something that when you did it every single day, 7 days a week, it was just something that became natural that you did, and maybe you never wrote it down, and now you just forgot like that one little step, that one tiny step that changes it from good to bad. So I don't know. That's what I always think.
Yeah. I know they blame the embargo on Cuba because that's really what was all the knowledge and experience. As Kevin said, you had and factories. Who said it to us, Kevin, that they want factories would like to see it come back at Candela because, as opposed to other wrappers, by the time you put Candela and you light the fires and you start things going, it's like 5 to 7 days instead of a couple of months.
Yeah, that's
what a faster turnaround time.
Yeah, that's what Steve Saka was. Yeah, that's what Saka was telling me last week.
That's
and he goes, when you put it in the barn, it's going on a cigar 7 days later.
Wow.
The production time's a lot quicker on a Candela cigar than it is on a regular.
Oh yeah, like if you get a good aged Maduro, 2-3 years? I think they have some that are 10-year aged.
Yeah.
Versus 7 days.
It's high heat. It's high heat over a short period of time, and that's the whole process behind, the Candela. That's how they lock in the chloroform, and then it's dehydrated, so then they got to rehydrate it. And then
chlorophyll.
Did I say chlorophyll form?
You gave away our next cigar, the chloroform cigar.
That's my date cigar. Chlorophyll. It's this water.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a Freudian slip. They lock in the chlorophyll And it's, like I said, it's the leaves are dehydrated, and they got to rehydrate, and it's ready to go.
What's your time frame for getting to this? I'm not sure how many buddy packs do you have left.
They're going fast, Bones.
They're going fast. Yeah, I mean, realistically, it's say it takes 30 days to sell all the packs, and then we tell James, this is the one. And then it's all, how the supply chain is right now in Nicaragua, the Dominican, Honduras.
Terrible.
It's probably minimum. I don't know. What'd you say, Care? 6 to 9 months.
I mean, this could conceivably come out end of the year, beginning of next year. Kind of like a year later launch. I mean, and also the process of rolling the tobaccos and really letting it age properly. And I really appreciated Ram and James being very diligent with that. But when we start seeing the buddy bundles, get to a certain point, we'll announce when we're going to cut off the voting. We want to give people time to sit back, let the cigars rest when they get it, and vote. We don't want to shut off the voting before all the packs are sold.
Well, let me know if you cut off the voting and you got any packs left. They're not bundles, so it don't matter. I can buy them. I'm not buying a box. They won't let me buy boxes anymore.
I mean, you can buy more now. I mean, there's nothing saying you can't buy more.
Yeah, Bones, we're cutting it off tomorrow.
Yeah.
Operators are standing by.
I set myself up.
You did set yourself up.
And Bones, it's one of those things that you definitely want, to keep one in the humidor. You throw it in, 10 years from now when Care and I are famous, we don't talk to guys like you anymore. You can bring
Right.
Well, it's not even that. I want to be able to go back after you put the whatever one wins into production. If you don't bring any of the other ones out for 3 or 4 years, I still got some sitting. I still got some of the originals sitting in the humidor.
Yeah, I did the same thing on the Steve Saka, the STFU pack. We've got one. We threw it in the back of the humidor. Like in 10 years, we're gonna bring it out, and then people will be like, "Oh my God, I forgot about that cigar." So
I honestly think you guys hit a home run, whichever one wins. I would prefer number 2 to win because
I think it's a great idea. Honestly,
it's fantastic.
It gets a lot more exposure to a lot more people. They feel like they're in the game, and we'll just see how this rolls. I think it's a great idea. Props to you, cigar prop.
Cigar props.
Thank you. And it's hard. It's getting harder and harder as the years go by to come out with something unique. Like Care banged it out with, the Sandela, the Dishon 35, I mean, how nobody has come up with, the barber poles that Care came up with. It's like,
right.
It's 2020, 2019 when they came out. Like, how did nobody think of this before? And then Care was the first to come out with them. Same with this one. It's just, I know people kick themselves in the ass now, and it's like, wait a minute, yeah, why didn't we come up with that? That's
and now everybody's trying to come up with a barber pole that can compete, and they're actually behind the times. That's just the way it is.
Well, I think with that, just in barber poles, I think when I came up and wanted to do barber poles exclusively, it's the more barber poles that are made, the better off. It just all boats will rise with the tide. That's the way I look at it. But we were able to come out with something unique like the Gringo. No one's done a Candela Connecticut before, and the Big Tony.
I think the biggest tribute you have is the Big Tony. To the fact
Big Tony, San Andres Maduro. I was working on that blend, over a year before it was released.
Because people ask all the time, if you had the chance of smoking a cigar with somebody, who would you smoke with? Oh, Frank Sinatra, Tiger Woods. You get shit like that. I would give anything to smoke a cigar with my father.
Yeah.
Anything. And to be able to smoke one with him that you named after him is even more phenomenal.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. But I mean, that's
Care's like, yeah, it's okay. Yeah.
He's highly critical. My dad busts my balls, it's like Dad, this was named after you. I named it after this is cigar. This is this and the blend. And here's what I thought of you. He's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I really like those Lanceros though.
Yeah.
Fuck, Dad. Did you just not hear what I said? Yeah, no, I heard what you said. But you're just on 35 Lanceros. When are you gonna get them in? Well, you know what, Dad? I'm gonna call it freaking the big letdown instead of the big Tony.
I'm naming the next one after Mom.
I've been kind of blessed. I've been able to smoke cigars with my son, and I've actually smoked with my dad. He's not a cigar smoker by any means. He says it's not my thing. I just don't get it. But he sat down with me, and we drank some bourbon and smoked a cigar, and that's the last time I'll ever get to do that with him because he doesn't smoke cigars.
Yeah.
I love that.
No,
What do you guys got going separately? Kevin, what do you got in line for Cigar Prop? Anything exciting coming up?
Yeah, I mean, we potentially got some big news coming up. Nothing really I can talk about. It's in the works, but we really don't have Cigar Prop. We really don't have anything new in the works. It's kind of just doing its thing. Trash Panda, we've got cigars coming out. Sinistro is blending cigars for Trash Panda. We're working on 4 different blends with Sinistro on Trash Panda. We've got probably another 6 manufacturers that are working on some blends for Trash Panda for us.
Wow.
So we've got some cool stuff coming out.
Kurt, what about you?
Working on this great project with Kevin with the Silent Green. We recently got in the new Vitolas for the Stuggy Road cigars. So I wanted to come out with a Robusto, and the guy at the local shop down here, Boda Cigars, is really busting my chops about coming out with a bigger ring gauge. Ooh. And I'm like, I don't like big ring gauges. And I was really kicking around just doing a 50, by a 5x50. And he was smoking a Big Tony, and he walked by and he put a sticky pad on the table I was at. And he wrote 5x56 Big Tony.
Wow.
And I picked up the phone. I called Chris and I said, hey, bud, I said, can we do a 5x56? He's like, yeah. And I got to tell you, it is now one of my favorite Vitolas for all the cigars. I mean, just incredible flavors. Huh. When I designed the ring band, the cigar band, it's designed to fit a 38. And we found out that it'll go as high as a 56. So that was good. And then we have the Lanceros. We had Lanceros before. It was 38 ring gauge. I wanted to do something a little bit bigger, get a little bit more flavor. So we moved up to a 42 ring gauge. So it's a 7x42 Lancero. So it was the first time we came out with all the blends in the Lancero size. Before it's just the Edition 35. Those are limited release. When they're gone, they're gone.
Oh wow!
They'll be back next year. Every year I'll do a short run of Lanceros or Lanceros, but the uptake with the Robustos has been fantastic. So obviously they're going to stay in normal production along with the Toros.
Are you going to box press those by any chance?
No.
No, that was it. That was it. Just no.
No.
Bone said,
I gave Mav his first, Sweetgrass Gringo, I think, Lancero the other day.
Yeah.
He got to smoke it.
Yeah. The flavors, the Lanceros, I messaged Kevin one day and I took a picture. I think it was the Sandela Lancero. And I messaged him 90 minutes later and I still had about a fourth of the cigar left. It just, if you smoke it right, it'll last a long time.
And it about, I smoked one last week. It about kicked my ass. Like it had some power behind it. Like I tapped out, like with about 1.5 inches, 2 inches to go, maybe 1.5 inches. I couldn't nub it. I tapped out. It had some power to it.
When you call in for the chocolate, bring me chocolate.
Yeah,
and a Diet Coke, please.
Star Mints, please.
Yeah.
I started doing events at like golf courses and birthday parties, and the barber poles go pretty good at the events. They just like the look of it.
It's eye catching. You know, it
Like
catches your eye.
Yes.
Like
It
you.
catches your eye, especially like me. And that's a bad thing, though. It's a bad catching of the eye. When I walk into a humidor, they'll catch your eye. The Big Tony really is the only one that's. I wanted a subtle barber pole where you can only tell it's a barber pole if you look at the texture, because it's one is a little bit that gritty San Andreas, a little bit more of the shinier sheen off of the Maduro. But yeah, I mean, it's we really kind of kicked off the year with COVID, which sucked, but kicking it off with the blends with the new Vitolas is fantastic. Thing with Silent Green and working with Kevin on this has been great. I'm sure we'll probably have something else in the future. Lord knows, between our crazy ideas and we find someone who's just as crazy to work with us. And then I'm excited to see where Trash Panda goes and all that, because Kevin's been and Jess has been really working hard on the Trash Panda, and I think there's a lot of really cool things going to come out of that out of that area.
Yeah.
We've been trying to give you guys got any trivia? Can either one of you guys come up with a trivia question that might stump our viewers? Because we've been trying to give away a Drew Estates gift pack for weeks, months, and nobody can answer the questions we come up with.
Are they just in general questions?
Yeah,
just in general. It could be from a movie. It could be from sports. It could be anything.
I don't know.
If, something that's going to, and what's it called? Can't use his
Can't Google it.
You can't Google it. You know what I mean? That fast. You got the Jeopardy 10 seconds.
I have one.
Just think about it, and you can message us, and
because we're going to do it on next week's show.
Yeah. We've been trying to
plenty of time then.
I thought they were asking. I'm like racking my brain. I thought we were going to ask it right now.
You can do it now. I don't care. We don't care. I don't know, Kevin. I would assume you have one of these.
Yes, you would be correct.
With the dominoes and I'm surprised this is still in there because Mav wants to steal this.
Well, I'm asking him for one, and I'm not getting no recourse.
What was that? The cigar?
No, it's a little
notebook
with a pen.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's got the 4, I don't know, hard plastic or whatever.
They're hard plastic coasters.
Yeah, with the coin bottle opener, and I guess that's a flag. And this is a really nice set of dominoes, which we use all the time.
Yeah, the dominoes are nice.
And we just
can't give it away.
Nobody's
been able to guess the questions we put out there, and they weren't hard by any means.
Not that hard.
How many people we got watching tonight?
4. We have 5 now, but we usually base it on some people don't watch it afterwards. Or whatever.
All right, I'll throw out a Drew Estate question and see if anybody gets it tonight. Care, you think of one for next week.
Thanks, Kev.
So we actually, believe it or not, we have Mav and I and Scott, one of the new owners at the shop. We went over to Havana Ray's in Mobile, and we're sitting there smoking one day, and I was going to the restroom, and I look in this little cubby corner he had there.
I was there with you.
And that's what I said.
Yeah.
And he had like 15 of them there. I said, "What are you doing with those?" He said, "Oh, they were all left over from the event. I can't get rid of them. You want to take them?" I said, "How many can we have?" He said, "Take them all."
Take them all.
Okay, so we threw them in the back of the truck, and we've been trying to give them away and whatever.
All right, so tonight's trivia question is Drew Estate related. What does ACID stand for? ACID.
Ooh,
nice one.
That is a good question.
All right, folks, for who are listening, what does ACID stand for?
I don't.
You got 20 seconds this time.
Oh, 20 seconds.
I give it to the rest of the show. They didn't get that one. Unless they start cool. We got to give it away.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Like Jonathan Drew always said, we got to give shit away. Give them some shit.
All right, 45 seconds.
Kevin, are you going to all the barn smokers this year?
I'm going to try my best. I plan on going to all of them.
Wow. Because I think Kurt told me the other day there was only like 2 tickets the other day. I'm assuming. Well,
Pennsylvania. Yeah, for general admission in Pennsylvania,
he's like
only 2 left.
VIP number 1, Kevin. That's
Look at that little smile coming
Yeah,
out.
I know.
Well, look at the signage. It's obvious that I'm not paying for my tickets to go to the barn smoker.
Yeah, like so when they actually
Is that correct?
address
Yeah, he
we're
must
gonna
have Googled that. But
we're gonna do it, then they just call you and say you're in.
Is this correct, Kevin?
Ariel Chester Industrial Design.
Where the hell did it go?
Oh.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, you gave everybody 7 minutes to Google it. Yeah.
And that's what he did. He Googled it.
Did you Google it, Mike?
No, I didn't Google that.
Yeah,
You did. Yeah, you
You
did.
did. You
The
lied.
other guy Googled it.
He Googled it because he spared Ariel right. Nobody knows how to spell that name.
I did areola.
Ariel.
All right, we got a winner.
We got rid of it. Thank God.
Yeah. And we don't have to mail that heavy thing.
No shit.
Well, if you wanted to get rid of it, the trivia question should have been, what is 2 plus 3?
Oh.
Yeah.
Now we'd have had some people miss it.
So you don't need my question anymore.
Next week we will.
Yeah, just text us a question. We'll use it.
We'll use it next week.
And we'll say it came from us.
I'll think. I'll ask the question. I'll think of a better question, but I'll give you the one now. I'll ask you three guys. If you can get, I'll tell you what. Here's the deal. If any one of you put down your phones can get this answered correctly in 30 seconds, I'll send a Lancero sampler to you guys.
Okay.
All right. So, Super Bowl champion Los Angeles Rams.
Okay.
Right. I've been a Rams fan since I was a kid.
Yeah.
So, the Super Bowl appearances that the Rams have been in their franchise, who have been the quarterbacks? And I'll give you the answer. The 4 appearances. Who were the quarterbacks in their 4 appearances?
Well,
Kurt Warner.
One was
Kurt Warner.
Stafford. Warner.
Stafford. Warren Beatty.
27. Good one. Kevin can wait. Great reference, Matt. Out of nowhere. Warren Beatty reference.
Fergamo. Vince.
Vince. All right.
Figure.
There's one more.
Rams.
10, 9,
Warren Beatty.
8, 7, 6, 5,
Hold on.
4, 3, 2.
Bradford.
No.
No.
Who was it?
It was pre.
Who?
Kurt Warner was a quarterback in 2 Super Bowls. 2 Super
Oh,
Bowl
that's a
appearances.
trick
Kurt Warner was it in 2 Super Bowl appearances in '99 and 2000. Matt Stafford this year, and I didn't know anybody was going to get Vince Ferragamo from back in 1979, 1980.
I don't get no credit for saying Warren Beatty.
So we technically got 3 to 4.
You did get technically. You did.
We got all quarterbacks.
You got all the quarterbacks, but you were second guessing that last Super Bowl appearance. You could have said, "Hey."
I agree.
But you know what? I'll give you a consolation prize. I'll send you guys something.
That's a good question, though.
That is.
Thank you.
That's a very good question.
Yeah.
And I actually think Mark Bulger may have started the season with one of those years with Kurt Warner, and then Kurt Warner ended up being a quarterback. But good call, Bones, with Vince Ferragamo. Where did he play before the Rams? Do you know that?
Eagles.
Penn State.
No. He and Warren Moon have something in common.
Minnesota.
They beat women.
They beat women.
Dang.
They both came from the Canadian League.
Warren Moon came from the Canadian League?
Warren Moon was an outstanding quarterback in the Canadian League. So was
I knew
Vince
Warren Moon was, but I
Ferragamo.
didn't know about Vince.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
I like my reference.
I did like your
That was
reference.
really good.
I think Matt should just get a prize just for pulling out the Warren Beatty "Heaven Can Wait" reference.
Absolutely.
Wow, there's
If
an
you
old
want to know
movie.
something about a movie, that's it. This is a guy.
You see,
Movies are Columbo.
see, I've been a Rams fan since Something for Joey. Do you remember that one, Mav?
Yeah.
Something for Joe.
Something for Joey. It was John Capoletti played
Yes.
for
Yes.
Penn State. don't like Penn State, but he's the only Heisman Trophy winner at Penn State. And the movie was about him in college, and his brother Joey had cancer.
Yeah.
And was dying, and he played and dedicated everything. He gave the best Heisman Trophy speech ever in the history of Heisman Trophy, and then he was drafted by the Rams.
Wow.
What other football movie was about a play? Well, that's giving it away, I guess. A player that came down with cancer, and
that's Gail Sayers' story.
what was the name of the movie?
Brian's song, because it was Brian Piccolo. Brian Piccolo. It was James Caan. James Caan played Brian Piccolo, and Carl Weathers played Gail Sayers.
So Bruce Stark said that they played for the Eskimos.
Okay. Who's the only 2-time Heisman Trophy winner, and what team did he play for?
I know the answer.
I know you know it.
I know you. I'm gonna narrow it down to they went to Ohio State.
The Ohio State University.
Yeah.
Was it Herschel Walker? Who's the only won Heisman Trophy twice? I don't think he's not in the NFL, is he?
Not anymore.
No,
not anymore. He's fucking 70.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Archie Griffin.
Archie Griffin? No shit, really?
Yeah, the only 2-time Heisman Trophy winner ever.
Archie Griffin. Yep.
I didn't know that. That's good.
Yep. 2 times.
Wow.
Very much so.
They've been trying. Others have tried.
Yeah.
Nobody's come close.
Yep.
Archie Griffin, that's old school.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that actually is old school.
That's right.
It's been a long time.
All right.
We got nothing else unless you guys got anything else, man. We don't want to keep you. We know you got more important things. Well, one last question.
More important things. The fuck do we got going on?
I got nothing going on, Bones.
I'm wearing the same goddamn shirt I was wearing last night on the show. I don't have shit going on.
I didn't want to point that out, Kevin. I don't think you moved from that spot.
I know.
We have all the time in the world.
I got my crutches here.
this
I've
crutches,
been living in this spot.
I thought there'd be more questions. I even brought an extra bottle of water.
Now, what are you turning the studio into now, Kevin, when you build the other places done? What are you going to do with this room?
This will be a walk-in closet, and then our current walk-in closet will become a bathroom.
Oh, I thought he was going to say walk-in humidor.
That's what I was thinking.
Cool.
No, the humidor. We're actually building a walk-in humidor in the new addition.
Oh, very nice.
I gotta go to the restroom, so
Where can you find Silent Green?
That is a
Thank
great
you, Jen.
question.
Well, it better be in the it better be in the description of the video if you guys know what you're doing.
No, we don't know what we're doing.
I'm gonna let Kevin take over for the abuse part of this lead-in before
I'm lucky I figured out how to build a Twitch page.
Yeah, I thought there'd be a ticker of some kind. I don't know.
Oh, we could have done that. Didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
What I did was I put it in the comments section.
We just don't have a lot of time like you do.
Oh,
time.
I didn't say that.
All right.
Time is an excuse of the lazy. That's what I was told when I was a kid.
Okay. That's me.
I know you guys got full-time jobs. I'm sitting at home for the last 2 fucking months, not doing anything, making TikToks and smoking cigars. So yeah.
Videos. You're doing a lot of videos.
Yeah, I was always told lies are for the lame, or like crutches are for the lame and the weak, but Kevin's got crutches, so I avoided that comment. Lies are like crutches. They're for Kevin to get around the house and annoy Jessica.
So yes, via VSRcigarfam.com.
Yep, I put it in the Jennifer. Thank you. I also put it. What I added into the comment section will take you right to the Silent Green, to the Silent Green pad.
We'll make sure that we post that on our page so that our 5 viewers, 4 if you don't count Bones, can actually go out and order one. So you'll get maybe 3 sales.
Now it's a buddy pack, so it's designed. You can buy it with a friend. There's 6 cigars in the pack. I'm sorry, I'm on the green screen here. But there's 6 cigars in a pack, right? Thank you, Kevin.
Yeah.
It's just me.
That one just kind of washes out. It's like,
there's 6 cigars in a pack. There's 2 of each blend, and you can buy it and share it with a friend, or you and your buddy can split it. and enjoy it. You don't have to. There is not a limited one pack per person. So Bones, you can go back and buy a couple more packs and save it for later. You don't have to wait for us to shut down the voting or anything else. And then every pack comes with this nice little letter thanking you for joining the Silent Green community. And then there's a QR code at the bottom you can scan. It takes you right to the voting. The QR code is also located on the website as well. When you go into the Silent Green, it'll give you a couple pictures of the Silent Green package. And then also one of the pictures is the QR code. Go in, you vote for your favorite blend, and then it'll take you to another page. It'll ask you a couple of questions about your experience, because we just didn't want it to be okay, vote for the blend and be done with it. We really wanted to get some great feedback from folks on all the blends. You know, even if the blends that don't win, we really want to get the feedback and see what people really liked about it. Because as Bones said, that's something we may want to revisit down the road. And if the two that lose, if the feedback is outstanding and great, you can't argue with the people.
Correct. Yeah.
Now, you guys said at the beginning of the show you're only going to be here for a couple more weeks. You guys going somewhere?
They are
moving to another shop.
They are moving mile and a half east, maybe, on a major. Well, that major road when you come in, Kerr, the Highway 90.
Okay.
There's going to be a building just past the hospital that you can see from the road. It's got access from both sides because it's got a big opening in the middle, so you can get in and out very easy. It's a standalone, so they're redoing the whole inside. They're building a humidor from scratch. They're going to spend some money on the ventilation system. They're doing a nice job with it, man. It's going to be
Twice as big.
twice as big.
Yeah.
Humidor twice as big also, plus a little bit.
That's
so
great,
whatever
man.
the square foot we have here, it's going to be double that plus a little bit.
And I've always appreciated the support you guys have given to Stuggy Road Cigars. I know that they proudly sell them at the location, and I'm really happy about that. And with a bigger humidor, it means that there's an expansion for more Vitolas, and then for the Silent Green winter.
Yeah, we might even bring in the Trash Panda cigars whenever. We'll try to talk them into that.
Now, they've been pretty receptive to our requests. And
that's great. You got to listen to the people that are buying. I mean, that's that's a big rule. The other thing, Bones, I think you mentioned earlier, there is, out of all the Silent Green packs, there is one pack. One pack has a smaller sticker on the front, and it's a hologram sticker.
Oh, I got that one.
The person who receives that sticker, that pack,
he knows better because he probably mailed mine. He's like, yeah, I'm not giving that to him.
You're not cute enough. No, I mean, it's random. I mean, no. Well, what we've done is, is when we get the packs, we wrap the letter around the pack, and then put a band around it, so we don't know what's what. They're all done that way, so we don't know which one is the hologram pack. But the person who receives that pack will be the first person to receive the release of the new Silent Green when it comes out.
Oh wow!
So Kevin and I we haven't talked about really in depth on boxes, bundles, trays. I mean, there's a lot of options out there, especially when you have something this unique. You don't want to put it in something that's just going to get lost in the humidor. You want to put it in something that's really going to make it stand out. But whatever we decide, that person will receive the very first rendition of the full production Silent Green.
That's an awesome treat. That's pretty amazing.
And they may even get an autograph from Kevin and James on it as well.
Ooh. Yeah, that'd be a good haul.
That would look good on the wall.
James just doesn't know it yet. He's got to sign something.
Yeah.
So before we go, VSR Cigars cigarfam.com.
Yep.
And we'll make sure that we put the link on our page so that people can see it. And I hope you sell out in no time.
It's been steady. I mean, we're really blessed and lucky. I mean, we've been posting something every day to keep it top of mind.
Yes.
It's been really moving steady. Jennifer's been packing. I mean, she's ready to kill me. And Kevin, because it's just been a nonstop frenzy of just packing orders and getting them out the door. And Jennifer's really good about it. I mean, when we receive the orders, I mean, she's packing them that evening. And it's, we're having a really quick turnaround time. We're already starting to see pictures on Facebook and Instagram of people receiving their packs. So we're looking forward to more pictures. Please, if you're buying a pack, take pictures of the pack, take pictures of the cigars as you're smoking them. Because at the end, we're going to put a little montage together of all the pictures. So, share, hashtag, what is the secret of, what is it, Kevin? It's Silent Green, and then it's what's inside,
what is the secret of Silent Green?
What is the secret of Silent Green? What
is Silent Green? That's what it is.
Yes, what is hashtag what is Silent Green, and hashtag Silent Green. Encourage your friends to pick up a pack. If you have someone who likes cigars, who is a cigar enthusiast and wants to try something different, this is exactly what they're looking for, because it's never been done before.
Right.
What I highly suggest too is when they go there, hit the continue shopping button to pick up some VSR cooking salt and barbecue sauce, which I did.
I'll never deny anybody to keep shopping more. I mean, that's definitely my favorite button on the site.
Try it this weekend on the new barbecue.
Yeah, I mean, it's there's a lot of great options in there. I mean, our site's very direct. We have a number of products and items on there for folks, but really, with this project with Silent Green, we really focused heavily on it with the website, and we've been getting a lot of great responses. Really, it's been great.
Good. Congratulations.
Absolutely.
And we do appreciate you taking time out of your night to come talk to us. And man, we look forward to hearing what happens in the future.
Oh, thanks for having us on. I really do love doing shows like this, especially with friends. I love being able to ball bust and just sit back and have fun and, just have a good time. These are always the best shows that I do. They're just the funnest.
Very relaxed.
And we definitely appreciate you guys having us on.
Kind of like the broadleaf bullies, if people haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, that's it. It's just fun and laid back.
Yeah.
Yeah, the broadleaf bully is more therapy than anything.
Yeah.
Folks, we're getting ready to cut out. What we need you to do is we need you to go over to the Great Lakes Smoke Show. They've already started, but you'll only miss the montage. They've got a really good show planning tonight, so hit them up. Go check them out.
It's a long intro, so you'll be good.
Yeah, and the advertisements and all that stuff. So
they got a lot of sponsors.
They do have a lot of sponsors. We got like 2, 3.
2, 3, 7.
We could say we got 100 sponsors, but we'd be lying.
Yeah,
it would be the only time we ever
quality versus quantity, Mort.
We definitely don't do this for the money. That's a fact.
Oh, no.
No, but
so you got that ticker at the bottom of your screen. Is that Dr. Rodriguez's cell phone number you're putting up there?
It is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. He said to put it out there.
Okay.
He said to put it out there.
I know somebody made a mistake. That was supposed to be a website, and you're putting out Doc's number.
That's Rodriguez.
Answer the call, too.
I need some hypnotics in my house.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on?
What's up, Doc?
He was out here 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago he was here.
He did an event.
Did a little event at the shop, and it was very successful.
Did well.
Had a great time. He's a great guy to sit around and talk with. Just an amazing guy.
Yeah. I'll get you Jessica's number later on. You can put her phone number up there.
Put it on. Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, good night to you. Thanks for coming on the show.
Appreciate it. Love you guys. Take care.
Man.
Come on,
Take
brothers.
care of yourself.
Let's. We got to give some sponsors before.
Oh yeah, we got to hit our sponsors, man, so that we can, make no money.
Yeah, we already did all that. I've had that real quick.
All right, our sponsor is GTO Cigars. Those who know smoke GTO. You can reach the Doc at 334-538-2949.
Yep.
We have the Cigar Enthusiast at cigarenthusiast.com. Sponsor Cigar Prop, cigarprop.com with Jessica and Kevin.
Should I put Kevin's number out there?
Let's put his cell phone number out there. Yeah.
And thank you to the shop for letting us do our show here all the time at 2420 Government Street, Coast Cigars.
We give you the new address, but we don't know it yet.
We'll get that when we move.
We know where it's at.
Yeah.
When we move, we'll get there. Move over to the Great Lakes Smoke Show. You'll enjoy it. Peace.
Thanks, folks.